play a game.
Hello. How you doing? We're here. We're going to drive. Thanks to... Let me just make sure I don't get this wrong. The Flying Southerner, otherwise known as Cucumber, who brought me this route. And then I had to buy the train. And I've done a bit of research into this route. It caused a bit of a furor when it came out because it didn't actually come with a train, which meant you couldn't do anything unless you bought the train. Weird. Very weird. But anyway, I had a quick crack at trying to get this train to move, and I can get it to go 10 miles an hour. Because when I follow the manual, it goes, no game capture. No, you don't get a game capture tonight. You're just going to look at my head. None at all. That's weird because it was turned on before. Something's died, clearly. No, it's not Train Sim World. Somewhere in this massive list of things is this one. Boop. Magic. Look at that. All right. So we have the Just Trains Metropolitan Line, and we have the London Underground. Train Chaser Andy, hello. Melbourne Train Guy, hello. Real Lord Vectron, hello. And Wesley, who was here before, hello. And Flying Cucumber, who will probably drop in at some point. Hello. You can imagine the trains. Okay, cool. You do that. Good. All right, let's turn that back on and stop being a dickhead. No. Right, now, I'm going to run a particular scenario, and I need to run, because I need to learn how to, I'm actually reading the manual at the moment. Let me put the manual on top of OBS rather than on top of the stream so I can still see your chat, because I think that would be kind of handy. Hello, Casual. I've already decided that I don't like this train, and I can see why it has so many negative reviews, because it's really hard to drive. Now, that could mean it's really good or really bad. I'm not sure which. But anyway, I guess it's like the 101 expert. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you're stuffed. So let's try and make ourselves not stuffed. Now, it only comes with standard scenarios as far as I can tell. And the one I want is JTS8437. I don't see a 437. See a 473. Hello, Healdon Neilston. But it should be Amersham to Aldgate. Maybe there is some Korea ones. Let's have a look. But I didn't think there were. Be funny if there's a scenario that they have to train you on. It's not actually here, wouldn't it? Right, so no, there's not. That's what I thought. All right. Standards then. So we want 437, which I'm not seeing here. 473. That's not it. 437. Uxbridge to Harrow? No. Because there's a particular scenario that trains you on this damn thing, and it's not here. Great. Good start. This is a good thing, actually, because everybody goes, Just Trains, magic. This is a Just Trains route and a Just Trains train. We're off to a good start. The scenario that says that you used to learn this in the manual isn't actually here. Good. I don't think. It's definitely 437. It loads outside the train. They particularly want that one. And it's Aversham to Aldgate. There's another one, Aversham to Aldgate. Why don't we take that one? It is during the day, so we'll take this one. We'll just assume they mean 406. Should be a good plan, yeah? Good plan? Could be bad. Am I pushing to shorts today? I can't remember what I set up. Let's have a look. While this thing loads and takes forever. Go away, Windows taskbar. No one likes you. I am. Look at that. Okay. We're in a train. It's almost lunchtime and you're tasked with a service bound from Aldgate from leafy Amersham. You are currently in the sidings. And set you ended up moving the platform into departure times 40 and 30. Okay. Now we have to do stuff. So there's lots of stuff. So we've got to key it to on. And then round to forward. We don't do any of those things. We have to come back over here. And what do we have to do? Press the E key. Alright, so we've pressed the E key once. Do this again every time it sounds. Okay, it's what's sounding. Right. We'll just pretend this is right, eh? 239. Well, that did something. Okay, I was supposed to enter other numbers too, but I couldn't, so they went away. And it should be 437, apparently. 437, confirm. Huh. Well, that makes sense. I think that worked. Okay. This is further than I've gotten to before. The thing's working. Good. Is this lever working? Yes, the lever is working. So, Shift E. And we should be able to drive, I guess. Ooh, it's moving. Now, the best I could get to was 10 mile an hour before. Apparently, I've got to put it in tripcock mode after I stop at the station. Is it going to go faster? No, see? That's it. The rest of it's just roll. And apparently you have to stop it in the exactly right spot. Real Lord Vectron says, too cowardly to download TSC and play it. Yeah, it looks alright. Can you open windows? Nah. It's not an openable window door. And you've got to stop it in exactly the right spot. And apparently you have to go over here and then look back this way to make sure you stop in the right spot. Because there's these chevron things you have to line up with, apparently, or the doors won't open. Great. I think I can see a chevron thing down there. I don't know how well the brakes work. Oh, not bad. So there's two signals there, one showing red and one showing green. Which one do I believe? No, not there yet. There. Okay. Back into the driver's chair. I should be able to open the doors now. And now what do I have to do? Now I have to drive into the station, move your viewpoint to the instructor's side. We've done that. When you stop, press Shift E. Press T and U keys to open the doors. We've done that. While the passengers going about their business, move the MCS to tripcock. The MCS to tripcock. Right. That way? Okay. And now we... Doors are closed automatically after 40 seconds. Doors are closed. The door icons on the TCMS are still red. They are. Which means the doors are not proved locked. You've got to press the blue button. Can't press the blue button. Okay. Good. That's handy. Yeah. Good, good, good. If door's not proved closed, the train will not allow you to move off. Alright. Oh, this is some alarm that goes off. E. Right, that worked. But what if I press the buttons? I think I just opened them again, didn't it? Yep, it did. Good. try and close. Ooh. It did something that time. Oh, we've got a blue light. Look at that. Okay, we should be able to drive. And it says grip it and rip it. Consider it gripped and ripped, but nothing happened. Oh, hang on. Do that. Then grip and rip. Hey! We made it move! Daniel Robert Jowett, hello. And it's gone over 10 mile an hour, look at that. That's because it's running in trip cock mode, where it bangs its cock on a pedal. Why are the screens still on? Oh, there they go. Vectron says one of those Japanese train games you streamed once had a camera pop up so you could line up at the platform. I wish TSW did that. That would be handy. How do I know how far away the thing is? Oh, 1.82 miles, okay. Vectron says, I try to line up the signs on the platform TSW, but the actual stop marker isn't in line with those most of the time. No, it's not. And Casual Rail says, you're providing background for noise while I'm route building. Are you route building in TSW or TSC? I'm quite impressed with myself. I got this moving. I know it gets mad if you go too fast. Oh, the channel bought a thing too. The channel bought a thing. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's for the poddy. To improve my recording, so... Because one of the things I noticed, hello Amy, is that I record across into one channel, which means it's very hard to change the volume when one person's low and the other people are not low. So I bought a thing which will let me actually see the signal strengths and things and let me control them individually. And it can use my wireless mics already, which is good, so I'm charging them up to pair them. So that's a good thing. I am kind of liking the route so far. There's clutter and shit around. Wesley, hello, you're back again. I kind of thought this had announcements, but I don't think it does. Now I'm going to have to go over there. Look back here again. This is weird. But still drive the train. Alright. Oh, I think we might be too far, but we'll see. We'll see. We might have to back up. Could be a disaster. No, it let me. Woo. Victory is mine. Ooh, look at that. High resolution, gentlemen. Doesn't think I've stopped, does it? Oh, okay, so you open the doors in the train and then you press T to make the passengers do their thing. I can see why this got the negative reviews that it has got. But that's okay. This is fine. Closey, closey. We have to go back into the cab. Press the blue button. Did it press? Yes! Okay. Rip it and rivet. Amy says, I don't think you're allowed to back up in real life. Oh, I've seen one do it on the Circle Line that blew halfway through a platform. So I imagine you need to, there'd be a palaver. You would have to contact the signaller, and it would probably depend how far you'd gotten and all that sort of thing. Surely would, next stop. Surely he'd do it. Amy says, I really want to drive the Met Line. It's one of my favourite bits of rail infrastructure in the UK, but JT really missed the mark with this one. TSW version one day. Alright, so they can screw it up again. Whee! This view always amuses me in TSC. Surely would, coming up. I've been trying to remember, did I ride the Metropolitan Line on either of my trips, and I'm not actually sure. Amy says, the one time my train went past the stop marker that continued to the next station. There. Holy trucker, hello. How's it going? This game is deceptive with streamers. Can you tell me, is this default? Have you got enhancement mods in your game also? I run RWE. Let's see if I can... RW Enhancer, it's called. Let me find you a link. Meanwhile, I better start slowing this train down. This is the one I run. Don't shell out for RW Enhancer 2 or RW Enhancer Pro. They're both rubbish. Get the cheap one. The Circle Line is not a circle, it's a spiral. Wesley says the Circle Line is just a circle. I got it from Steam because Flying Southerner bought it for me for a Christmas present. And then I had to buy the train because you only get the route, you don't get the train. If you want to drive on the route, you have to buy the train. So if you're not in a sale, essentially this costs you about $80 Australian. Good enough, surely. Tea. And you have to open the doors as well, which is you. The Chiltern Main Line, apparently. Holy Trucker says, nice Steam. This just trains routes like 50% off. Yeah, there's winter sales on Steam. Amy says, then isn't the S71 separate on top of that? I think you can actually buy another train for this, yes. So now we need to go wait for the doors to shut themselves and press the blue button. Press... Ah. How come they still show red up there? But I've got the blue, so let's just assume it's okay and go for it. Rip it and rip it. Amy says for a different seating layout. I think there is another one. Rickmansworth. Rickmansworth, huh? I was hoping I could do something in Discord, but I can't. Can't do what I want. Come on, brakes. Oh, wrong lever. Right, got away with that somehow. Holy Trucker says, I was hoping Dovetail was going to give us GWE tomorrow for New Year's. Nah, I don't think so. Amy says Rickmansworth is an interchange station between Met branches. I don't think we'll see any software come out because they've got no support people there. Most of the community people are on holidays and the support people are on holidays. So they'd be a bit mental to release something, surely. Holy Trucker says the Just Trains route 200 miles long is only $14 New Zealand on Steam. See, hello. I managed to make this thing move. I'm relatively proud of myself. I can even make it make noises. I have discovered already it's about the most unfriendly train on the planet. It's like a German train. You must do things in the exact right order, in the exact right way, or it goes, nah. And it's backwards. You pull it towards you to slow down. That just makes things confusing. Confucius say confusing. Then we have to go over here. Surely they could come up with a better arrangement than this. C loves TSC. Amy says the LIR M9 is worse for that. Where's the stopping marker? Is there not one? No, there. It's hiding behind a thing. The Flying Southerner, hello. I was just saying that you gave me this route. So, thank you for the Christmas present. A vengeful one. And I somehow, quite proud of myself, somehow managed to actually get this to work. This train is evil. C says, I got £40 on my PS waiting for Medway route, is it called? I think it is called Medway route, yes. We have to go back in here and shut the doors now, don't we? There they go. We have to push the button. Push the button. Come on, give me a hand so I can push the button. And it says they go blue, but they don't. Just the light comes on. Back to grip and rip mode. Or not. Something bad happened. Oh no, there it goes. Medway's the one right next to Chatham, isn't it? Wait! Too fast, too fast. Wait! Speedy thing? Oh. Wrong lever, that's why it doesn't work. I'll keep that one pushed away, and then it'll probably be fine. Because this thing gets mad if you speed, and I failed to reset it last time I went too fast. When I got caught. Back to grip and rip. This looks like it's out in the middle of nowhere, not Metropolitan London. Flying something that says you're welcome, enjoying it so far. I've barely started it. It kicked my ass for a while. I spent 15 minutes before the stream trying to make the train move. And then I managed to make it move to 10 mile an hour. And then I thought, I'm going to have to read the instructions a lot. So I did. And then I discovered the tutorial scenario that they talk about in the manual doesn't actually exist. Good. That signal is yellow, sir. Was that signal red? What's it for me? Emergency brake applied. Once the cause of the activation been resolved, press tip cock reset push button to reset the trip cock. And proceed in restricted manual. If unable to reset the trip cock, check the MCB manual. Reset appropriate tris. Can I just drive? See if it works. No. I pressed reset. Oh, yeah, you got to go into forward, don't you? In drive in manual mode. Sounds like it's pumping up something. Let's try that again. Come on. What? All right. We're going into the manual. We are going into the manual. Midstream. This is good. Got to find something about trip cock. Trip cock reset 26. If you get tripped pressing this, bypassing a signal of danger, for example, you need to carry out specific procedure. When you pass the red signal, trains automatically apply to emergency brake. You hear an audible alarm and you'll see an active event message. Let the train come to a halt. Press alarm acknowledge on the lower right console. Oh, and the red button on the console. I don't think I ever got a chance to press that. Disengage the dead man's handle. Move it to a line 4 after and then move the TBC back just inside the braking zone. All right. Press tripcock reset. And then remove that. Oh, okay. To restricted manual. Is that it? I think that's it. No. It needs to be in that middle position there. But it won't stop in that middle position. Maybe they mean protected manual, which is there. Let's try that. No. Alright, let's try moving it with the keys. Because it just skips over that position in enter. Manual forward. That's where it wants to be, but it just skips over that. Must proceed in RM forward mode minimum 3 minutes and see 2 stop signals showing a clear or a caution aspect. If you pass 2 clear stop signals before the 3 minutes are up, you still cannot come out of RM forward mode. Let's try it and enter. See what that does. Is it going to move? No. So when all else fails, reboot it. So there's meant to be a spot in between those two, but it won't stay there. There we go. We rebooted it. Now we'll get to drive at 10 mile an hour. It's been chatting a lot. Yes. Apparently that signal was for me. Now we have to pass 2 clears before we'll be able to accelerate again and go back into tripcock mode. Hello Mark B. C says people views on Manchester Airport. Yeah, I'd wait for a sale. Personally. MTG says it's pretty well detailed, but does hitch a tad from time to time. I don't think I've got the TSC thing showing, have I? Do I? Don't think I do. Cam 2. Ha! There we go. It's on top of me, though. Let's put it over there. Oh, let's put it somewhere. That'll do. Look at us doing 10 mile an hour. So how long until we can go back into normal tripcock mode? Have we passed 2 signals yet? No, we've only passed a repeater. So we get to travel in embarrassing mode for a while. Where everybody around you knows, haha, I know what he did. Holy Trucker says, hey, Flying Southerner, I found something better than TSW in VR, and that's Microsoft Flight Sim. You sunk a day and a half in it. I assume you're only running it at 3 hours at a time so that you can cheap charging your batteries. MTG says I only use it for layers, not a bad idea. Flying Southern said I've got a bottle of champagne in the fridge ready to go for midnight. Well, I'm supposed to go over to the neighbours and have some beers. This is exciting, this is. Yep. And I know Just Trains, it will actually look out for the signals. And all we've had so far is one. Is that a signal on my left? It looks green. Could be. Maybe we can come out of tripcock mode. Or go into tripcock mode or something. What does it say in the manual about going back into tripcock mode? Let's have a look. Re-engagement 5 hours for a minimum of 3 minutes. And C2 stop signals showing a clear or a caution. If you pass 2 clear stop signals before the 3 minutes are up, you still cannot come out of RM forward mode and tripcock mode until 3 minutes have passed. Stop the train just 1 carriage short before the second clear signal. Move the MCS to tripcock and proceed as before. So if I stop here, and then I should, in theory, got to put that thing in tripcock and drive. Ooh. Victory. C is not bothered about New Year's. Fair enough. Holy Trucker says I stopped buying trains, you buy helicopters now. Also fair enough. The new storyteller says, remember me that told you about my Gumby suit? Yes, I do remember you. Moore Park, next stop. The doors will open on the right, and if we had announcements, you'd already know that by now. So now I've got to find this silly board out this window. So we arrive into Moore Park some... Oh, is it only a minute late? Really? No way. There's a lady standing in a window with one arm sticking through it. No, don't play putt games. Come on, come on. There we go. And TU. I opened the wrong ones. So now I've got doors open on both sides. Excellent. That's cool. Perfect. It's what you want. Yep. All right, let's close them both. We've got blue lights. Off we go. Oh, you can go too far with the controller. That's interesting. Holy Trucker says play pop-pop games with a car on a freezing cold day. C says get ready for the new year. So new me social media posts. I don't look at social media apart from YouTube. So I'm quite safe, see? Yeah, I'm guessing mini golf. Gets back into the cab just in time to see a green signal. Goes, yep, good. It's no crazier than Queenslanders and their frisbee golf. So what made you choose this route in particular, Flying Southerner? Or did you just try and pick one I didn't have? Because there's not many of them. This station's pink, and it's full of men in brown suits. It's like Men in Black, but less officious. C says your MetaQuest VR should be delivered by the weekend, hopefully. Oh, be good. I'd be worried if that guy was following me. Holly Trucker says, message me if you need help on Discord with it and set you up to run TSW6 in VR. Yeah, definitely get hold of Holly Trucker C, because it's not difficult, but it's not that straightforward either. Hey, look, it's like Train Sim World. Only the first car opens. Ha ha. He's a funny boy. Can I his hand? His hand. Guess we can drive. I like the way they stay red on the display. That works well. If you haven't got him on Discord, see, jump on my Discord because he's there, and then you can find him and start private messaging from there. I would suggest playing some introductory in VR games and walk around in the VR world using the meta software before you try and do a long session in TSW so that you don't vomit. Flying something to say, did you see? Do you have a lot of TST and TSW DLC? I do. And I don't get the TSC stuff for nothing. I buy it just like you do. I've had the occasional thing, but not much. Weirdly, they gave us that new German one after telling us they're never giving us any TSC ever again. You're just at level 1, see? The level where you need to learn, that's not thick. I have to wonder if you really need these markers, or can you just drive it to the HUD? And as long as the HUD's 0, you're okay. That would appear to be correct. The link cable, you can do that wirelessly with the Quest VR as well. It doesn't have to be on a cable. I don't know about the TSW one, but I've used it with Steam games. The new storyteller says, do you visit Puffing Billy Railway? You mentioned Belgrave. I worked there. I am a fireman. Off we go to Pina. Or is it Pina? Flying Southerner asks, holy trucker, you did show me, and says, honestly, it's blooming cool. Yeah, the VR stuff for TSW is really good. I've never showed it off because showing off something that's running in VR is just mental. You'd make everybody sick. C says, you're not in my Discord. Oh, C. I think you were at one point. You probably dropped out of there. People do. People go in, people go out. But there's a link to my Discord on my channel page, see? There's a permanent link there. Casual Rail says the new TSC route was Scotland. It certainly was. Which is where I'm going next year. The other half, who's sitting behind me, is building up her list of 1 million places. Which we will sit down together and try and find a realistic set of places that are relatively near each other, and we can work out accommodation and stuff from there. So that will go well, I think. Nightbot does pop up every now and again and tell you about Discord, but I don't think I have a Discord command on Nightbot. Don't think I do anyway. I could always make one, says he, rolling into a platform. Commands. Timers. Commands. New command. I don't know how quickly that takes effect. There you go. How about that? It works. You have to move the HUD out of the way to press the buttons. How sad's that? No, I don't have a copy of your book, New Storyteller. C says Scotland is on your list, so I want to go visit. I don't know if I want to drive for the train. Both have beautiful views. I think we'll probably do a mixture. Holy Trucker says, just for a laugh, anyone check how much TSW VR is down to now on the Meta store? Meta TSW VR. Let's have a look. VR New York. $28.99 Australian. I'll have to have a look at it and see if it got any better. I don't know if they did another release. No, they've closed. I think so. Let's have a look, see. Discord. It's just me every now and again. Just wave at him in the welcome page or something, Holy Trucker, so he knows who you are. That will work. In general. This thing's a slug. North Harrow. Seemed necessary. That tree's on fire. Down from 50 New Z apparently. I don't think it was that expensive. I'm not sure it ever was in Australia. New Storyteller says, what songs do you know the most? German and Japanese techno. Uns, 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 uns. Holy Trucker's coming to find you, see? Certainly can't drive into these platforms like you do, like the real train drivers do, because they come flying in here like they're on fire. Key and buttons. The other ones open? No, only the front ones. Oh well. Guess everybody else will just have to wait, won't they? Can we get in the carriage? I want to get in the carriage. It won't let me. Makes me bounce off. Bouncy, bouncy. More buttons. Evil buttons. Buttons everywhere. Ooh, that one is active. It's got bones. I can't say I do know that song, New Storyteller. Blue light's on. Rip it, rip it. Let's go. Harrow on the Hill. Sounds like an excellent name for a pub. Have the two VR people found each other yet? No. If you jump into the general page, Holy Trucker, on my Discord, and you can wave at C, and then you'll know who each other is. CEO of Trains in my Discord says I've bought the rest of the TSW5 add-ons. Now you know all the DLC from TSW20 to TSW5. Well, here you go. Did I just miss a gratuitous bridge shot? Bop. One carriage left. Amy says VR channel on Discord N. We can do that. Where'd it go? It just made it. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. There you go. You've got your channel now. I stick with steam engines, Amy. You need dead dinosaur juice for cars. I need dead ferns. See? Steam engines are vegans. Still only got the front doors open. Oh well, we'll call it a bug. Sorted. Excellent. $1 million to go. Oh, we go all the way to Baker Street. Okay. Sounds like another train. Can't see it, though. Where is it? Is it underground, maybe? No. Did it go the other way? I'm confused. Where's this train we heard? What happened to that? It's got a hole in the middle. Got some buses. Just Trains, rail replacement buses, of course. Blue button. So we go off to Northwick Park. Frostfire, hello. It could be the Ghost Crown. I haven't seen your models, new storyteller. There is a model trains section on my Discord. You could always post a picture in there. Holy Trucker says, do you want to set up a VR guide on Discord for your members to set up? In VR, I can message you with the info on how to set it up. Or make a vid and get rich on YouTube. Either way, mate, you're welcome to put a guide in. I can, if you put something in the channel, I can pin it for you. I could look at making a video of setting it up, I suppose. Yeah, there's only about less than 4 hours for me to go of this year, see? And then I will beat you lot into 2026. I could make a tutorial for this train. I could write a thing that tells people how horrible it is. Don't use Discord? He doesn't use Discord. Discord's a good thing. They won't let children in. Working PIS. How about that? It's a JT route, Holy Trucker. It's a JT route that doesn't actually come with a train. You have to buy the train separately. How sad's that? Who thought that was a good idea? Oh, and if you're still there, Melbourne train guy. Yellow twisties, not green twisties. I think it is kind of rude flying suddenly, because I reckon you'd be quite unhappy about it. C says, Happy New Year. Thank you for all the content and live streams done through the year. Many more to enjoy in 2026. Thank you. It's been a pleasure doing them. I should probably stop for this station, shouldn't I? Amy says, a working Metline PIS isn't that hard. I made one in a Pico W with Python. Yeah, so this is Train Sim Classic. If you look at Train Sim Classic the wrong way, it crashes. Melbourne train guy boos the yellow twisties. Should have for the UK people, do you actually have something that's like twisty? This is a twisty. I don't know if you can see it because I can't see the thing, but yeah, crunchy. See, yes, exactly. You're buying a car with no wheels. Yes. Here's your route. You haven't got any trains, though. You have to buy the train. It costs as much as the route. Amy wants to know the difference between yellow and green. And Melbourne Train Guy says green is chicken and yellow is cheese. I've actually always thought they kind of taste the same, to be honest. New Storyteller says Discord is not for half moderners. It's for everybody. Discord's a good thing. Mark says fireworks are going off a bit early. Now you're waiting for the dog to start barking. Yeah, it's 2 hours early for you, isn't it? It might be family fireworks, Mark. C says, yes, we do. They're like, it's twisters or whatever they're called. New Story Seller says, hey, that's my stack, the cheese twisties. Well, I've got your snack. Live with it. Good angle, game. Well done. I better pay attention to signals, hadn't I? Because we're coming into a big station. It's the Wembley Arch. That's probably supposed to be the top of the stadium, I suppose. Flying Southerner says they look a bit like knickknacks. Well, I shall find some knickknacks and I shall let you know. Amy says Discord can be overwhelming, but overall is decent. Ah, it's overwhelming, you just ignore it. I often do. I often don't go in there for a week at a time. It's like, yeah, whatever. Flying Southerner says, I think they are similar. Rex and I were talking about the other day. Oh, sorry, Melbourne Train Guy said that. To Flying Southerner. My apologies. Amy says, go-to snack these days is a few slices of German cured meats. Protein or something. You're turning into an American. You're next to be eating jerky. I always take caramello koalas with me when I go overseas. I think we just passed the board, but we'll see how we go. Works fine. Works just as well as any other station. Hello, GWP Photography 43. I always take a box of caramello koalas. When I went to Dovetail last year, I had 2 boxes, one for the community team and one for the ambassadors. Did have announcements. The next train, and she died. Embolism. Flying Southerner can't eat caramello koalas. It's just chocolate and sugar. Oh, it's got milk, hasn't it? Milk's your thing, isn't it? I haven't heard you singing Old Man Emu, New Storyteller. Amy says, I'm definitely not American. I'd rather be Belgian than American. Say that to a French person. I'd rather be Belgian. Oof. Amy said she didn't want to mention the existence of Stratford. I can understand that. I've been to Stratford. MTG says I got 2 bags and a mini one, so it was supposed to be snacks for a whole week, gone in an evening. This is not unusual. So some sort of big depot here. Whee! Massive depot. 0 trains. I probably had to buy some other train to see what's in the depot. It is the arch over the stadium. There you go. We're not stopping at the next one, are we? It's straight through. No one in this station at all, anywhere. Empty. Empty. Daniel only knows Old McDonald's. I always kind of get the impression, new storyteller, you're trying to direct people to your channel, which would be self-promotion, which shouldn't happen in my streams. But I imagine it couldn't be that because there would be consequences. Amy says, when I lived on the Isle of Dogs, I went to Stratford and Lewisham far too much, but someone built a light rail line between them via a short walk from my flat. Flying Southern says, if you're going to Scotland from Gatwick, get Thameslink to St Pancakes, and King's Cross is right next door to get the LNER services. Other alternative is Euston for the Bendos. Bendo. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how it'll work out as yet. What we do know is we're not going to fly into Scotland because it's much more expensive. We might get an internal flight to Scotland though. We're not necessarily going to go up there by train. No, I don't, new storyteller. Ha. Got it that time. C has discovered the Isle of Dogs is a real place. This makes sense. As you get closer to London, you descend into hell. It makes sense completely. I think it's got a horn. Nah, it's only got a whistle. Yeah, the 484s on the Island Line definitely have a proper horn. I've heard it. Some clown wandering down the tracks. So they honked him. Then after the emergency stop, the driver came back through the compartments to tell everybody about it. He seemed to know most of the people on the train by name. Hello, Alpha Star. Yeah, we have to stop beyond the signs for the stop marker. About there. It's platform 9 3/4. Stand behind the yellow line. Don't use the doors that didn't open. And please don't walk through brick walls. All southbound service due to a signalling fault just south of Baker Street. All services will be terminating at Baker Street 1 and 4. Please inform your passengers. So we do that in the Australian way. Oi, knobs, get off. That makes sense. Off we go to Baker Street. Watch out for strange people. Hope you're doing well, Alpha Star. Happy New Year. I assume in this scenario we are picking up at Baker Street. Looks like it. We have a couple of miles of underground now. With these wonderful train lights. It's actually where my light bars are a pain because they make it harder to see the dark train. Might have to turn them off for a while. If I can remember how. Oop. That's a bit better. I could turn off my giant light bar that's up here. One that's above me. That illuminates me. No, I don't know Lockrail. I've heard of shitting bricks, Amy, but never eating them. Amy says, Baker Street have lots of strange people. We call them tourists or knobheads who are too busy looking through their cameras. It's a weird spot. I forgot what town it was, but I actually found the Diagon Alley place. That was pretty cool. Swindon, maybe? Did I just spad? I get to reboot it again, aren't I? Prepare for rebootage. Still no drivage. It knows I'm allowed to go because it knows I've got the restricted speed. Yep, I broke it, Fussfire. I don't remember seeing a signal. Was there one? Before it went boop, boop, boop. Well, that's not a signal. So where was this mythical signal? The only one I can see is green. What's going on there? Was I going too fast or something? I don't know. You let me drive yet? No. Let's press the... yank the cock button. Oh, hang on. We have to go out of here. Press that, and then do it, didn't we? Yep, that works. To reset the override. Amy says, register your train. Nah, they'll figure it out. There's only one place we can go from here. Train guy says, sorry, Amy, I don't know much. Just the Sherlock Holmes connection. That is basically it. New storyteller says you haven't seen Lock Rail's Gauge 1 Thomas replica models. I have not. Alpha Star says, how is the sim compared to TSW6 in terms of immersion? I'm thinking of getting this in the next Steam sale when it's on a larger discount. Well, it's on discount now, I think. I don't know if that's just finished or if it's still going, but it's on discount at the moment. But you can watch out. Buying old versions can work for you. So buying things like Train Sim Classic 2018 or whatever, they're sometimes quite cheap. And they upgrade to the new version anyway. All by themselves. But immersion-wise, there's a significant difference between the two games. In Train Sim Classic, you are the train. And sometimes some bits of rolling stock have elements of being able to move around. Like this one, you can move around in the cab, for example. Many of them you can't. You're just stuck in your seat because you are the train. You're not the train driver. Whereas in Train Sim World, you are the train driver and you can get out of the train and you can wander around in the world because that's what the world bit of Train Sim World means. Has it been 3 minutes yet? Let's see if we can go back to tripcock mode. It's thinking about it. No, clearly hasn't been 3 minutes yet. Amy says, I'm sorry I left a brick on the track that triggered the tripcock. Don't laugh, it's actually a popular pastime in Melbourne. You go and find one of the trip pedals and put a railway sleeper under it so it can't go down. Down, down, down goes the train like your stepsister's panties. As we crawl along at a exciting 10 miles an hour. I would have thought it would roll faster than this. Three and a half hours until 2026 for me, which probably makes it about half an hour for Mark B, I guess. Amy says, if you want to read poor tripcock practices, look at the RAB report on the Chiltern 165 near miss with an S8. I've actually read that one. Oh, an ETS you can get out of the truck and walk around, can't you? I think you can. The advantage of 90 minutes for Mark B to reach the new year. The advantage of TSC is that there is an enormous amount of content for it. It's absolutely massive. You're not going to run out in a lifetime. It's all already there. And there's stuff from all over the world. There's not just the official stuff you find on Steam. There's third-party sites with tons of stuff. I'd stop again and find out if it's going to reset, but I think we're better off just going in at 10 mile an hour, to be honest. This will confuse people. I go, where's that? Alpha says, no, you can't unless you enable the dev console camera thingy. I thought you could. You can definitely walk around an ATS and it's the same game. I'll have to crank it up and try. Flying Southerner says we gamble the Sussex lines, which I can recommend, and it's free. Yes, there are quite a few free ones. There's also, if you like Welsh stuff, there's Welsh narrow gauge available as charity wear, where the money you pay supports either the Welsh Highland Railroad or Festiniog. Don't think there's Teleclin, which is a bummer, because I'd like it. Amy says, is it backdated train sim or something like that? It has old tube stuff for TSC. This does have tube content. GW Photography says, I'm looking to get TSC once I have a PC, which won't be long, and mainly going to get UK Steam contests. That's what I'm into. I would wait for a little while. Hey, that's a red signal. Stop. See? I saw it this time. I would wait for a little while, to be honest, before buying a PC and see what the Steam machine's like and see what its price bracket is. Because if it is priced like a console, it's actually quite a capable mid-range gaming PC. And if it's priced like a console, it will be about a third of the price as a mid-range gaming PC. So, worth hanging around just to see what they do. Approved. It's gonna trip cock again though, isn't it? How come I'm allowed to pass the danger signal? This seems weird, but we're gonna do it. Quiet. Amy says, that's my wheelchair slid across the shiny floor of the S-Stock. Yes, we have belts on Puffing Billy for belting people in, but a lot of the carers don't want to use them. So they do slip around in the carriage a little bit sometimes. This is going to happen every few minutes, isn't it? Since the signal has said, go ahead and do this. Wait, I pressed the button. Quiet. Signaler goes, hey, it's fine. Doesn't mean it. Sets the trips. On your signal, buddy. We're going to get down here and find a train in the platform. You watch. Flying Southerner says, you want a link for the Sussex lines? Chuck it in the Discord and I'll pop it in the chat here. Put it in the TSC channel. And I'll pop it in the chat for you. Alpha Star says, I was thinking about upgrading to 32 gig of RAM. The current RAM pricing seems like I'm stuck with 16 gig forever. Have you got DDR5 or DDR4? Because DDR4's pricing hasn't changed. DDR5 is more expensive. You can I don't know that I'd recommend it, but you can actually buy SODIMMs with DDR5, and you can buy an adapter for about $10 that will let you put DDR5 SODIMMs into DDR5 full-size slots. Ibby says, hi. These RAM crises, by the way, are always manufactured by the companies, Alpha Star. They never last long, so 3 to 6 months from now, it'll be back to where it was. Frostfire says, it doesn't like you. It doesn't. And Ibby Real Trains, hello. Amy was thinking about doing 128 gig this year. Thanks, Sam Altman. Oh, yeah. I'm doing well, Ibby. Here's the link from Josh, so let me copy the link. So this is the Sussex Lines, which is a free route for Train Sim Classic. Also leads off to Train Sim Community, not to be confused with the thing that sounds like Train Sim Community but is actually a tosser. Lots of good mods there for the various things. I don't know that the RAM shortage has anything to do with AI, Ibby, because the RAM for high-speed video cards is GDDR7, not DDR5. Yes, new storyteller, Puff does Thomas events. There's a couple coming up. Huh, now I have no power. Can I have power? Can I have power? No, not allowed to have power. We'll just keep rolling. We'll be fine. We'll get there. Tomorrow. We'll get there next year. But we'll get there. Mark B says, I bought 32 gig of DDR5 and 2 weeks later it was 3 times the price. Yes. But I don't think it's AI. I think it's an artificially inflated price because they do that every now and again. Oh, I know why I can't have power. Because we didn't press that. Now I can have power. Can I have power? Aha! Victory. Laura Auditory says, I really hope they add this route to Train Sim World someday. I wouldn't say it would never happen. They don't like underground stuff anymore. But I think if they get the game into Unreal 5, I would think underground stuff would be more likely because you can build the underground programmatically. You don't have to actually do it all as art and light bake it all. Right, we finally made it. Wow. Wow. Okay, there's the train. At Baker Street. We'll prove we got here. Flying Sudden says, I'm still on DDR4 for the PC. I'm holding up upgrading until RAM prices come down again. Amy says, the RAM shortage manufactured because they saw they can sell out of manufacturing if they did the same fear tactics NVIDIA did using AI as a trigger. Yeah, I kind of think that's what's going on. And Ibby says, S-Stock is my favorite tube train. Unfortunately, the service hasn't gone quite to plan. No kidding. It means you can have an early lunch. I do believe there's a good pretum, whatever that is, just outside the station. Is that an ad for someone in a game? What? I'm curious. How much is DDR5 at the moment? DDR5, 64 gigabytes. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, no wonder it's in stock everywhere. No one's going to want to buy that. Wow. $1,000 for 64 gig. And the cheapest brand is Crucial, $7.99. Wow. That's amazing. I'm pretty sure I paid about $200 for mine. There we go. Signal passed at danger 35 times. What? Well, there you go. Okay. What should we do this time? We've done Chish Chesham to Aldgate, Neasden to Baker Street. So we just went into Baker Street. Is there a Baker Street outwards? Surely there's a Baker Street outwards. Snow and ice. That's probably in the dark. Watford to Baker Street. Aldgate to Uxbridge. There don't seem to be any going the other way, are there? Uxbridge to Harrow on the Hill, empty cars. Harrow on the Hill to Neasden. What if you want to go the other way? Neasden Depot to Uxbridge. Harrow on the Hill to Neasden Depot. Aldgate would pass through Baker Street, so we go Aldgate to Amersham. That says it's hard. Do we believe it? Whoop. I guess we'll soon know. Flying Southerner says, safe to say you outdid Richie with the spedding. Of course. So we're underground somewhere, and now I've got to remember how to start this thing up again. Can't move that, it's locked. Okay, good. Do I have to log in? Probably. Destinations. Where were we going? Aldgate. Aldgate to somewhere. Where were we going? Aldgate to Amersham. Don't know what that is. Let's just say it's 4 and be done with it. At least it's going to the right place. Can I move that yet? No, what haven't I done that I can't move that? Oh, look at that, it's going to work without even moving the muster controller thing. Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? It's in shutdown. Fine. We'll take it to the station on shutdown. We haven't even got to the platform yet. This thing's given up. Or were we in it? Hang on. Were we actually in the platform there? Oh, I think we were, weren't we? Damn it. Should have loaded my people. Never mind. Let's see if I can have power now then. Somewhere up there, there is... Somewhere? Eh. No, I still can't move this thing. I don't know. Let's drive then. Muted the second one. Did you visit Tulla? As in Tullamarine? Aldgate is the city terminus, with Baker Street being a turnback if things go tits up. Like they did. Like they still have. Because I've clearly forgotten to do something in the setup of this thing because it won't let me go fast. Where's the Manuel? What have I forgotten? The signalling interface device, yes. Well, we've made it to the first station at 10 mile an hour. See you later, Frostfire. Have a good new year. Hopefully people don't wake you up with fireworks and things. Right, now that we've got some light, let's see if we can figure out what's going on. We should put on that part of the cab light. I knew there was one. Now if we put some random buttons... Can we move this now? It's stuck. No, still can't move the master controller. Maybe this has to be an off. Maybe now I can move it. No, it says I actually can, and I think it is. It's just not animating it. But I think we're still in that protected thing. So if we come back one to Tripcock. So that's shut down, definitely. So one click protected manual, auto, Tripcock, and press Tripcock reset. Ah, victory! And then we have to do Shift E, E, Shift E, and get the doors locked, and maybe we can drive. Oh yeah, we need this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 8. Confirm. And we just want to confirm that front one. 4. Okay, confirm. Good. Drive. Maybe. Maybe not. Can's power? I can's not power. I don't like this train. I've done something wrong. He doesn't like me. Can't even move that thing now. Shut down. Connected manual. Auto. Tripcock. Reset. Let's see what it does. No juices. No, I haven't learned how to drive it properly, clearly, Ibby. I have killed it. I have killed it. Mm-hmm. Why don't we start it again? And I will find the bit of the manual that talks about setting it up, and we'll go through that and we'll do it again. Right. Door operation, passenger door operation, doing any of that. I just want to drive it. Login screen, destination screen, main menus screen. Driving, page 23. Platforms, blah, blah, blah. Train operation with cab buttons. Door operation, don't care about doors. Person operating. Okay. Cab interior light to right. Okay, good. Let's just shift W. All right, done that. W 4 times. So in forward, good. Here, beep, beep, beep alarm. That's the Oppo. Press E. Well, we haven't heard that yet. Destination 1, confirm. I'm pressing beep, beep, beep. What do you want? Oh, good, you stopped. All right. Now, hopefully we can move that to Tripcock. Right. Now, hopefully we can drive. We can hope, anyway. Made promising noises. They broke the train hooks. Ooh, the door's shut. Oh, it's working. See? RTFM works every time. Don't be a boy. I got it to move. Off we go to Liverpool Street. Tullers in Tasmania. Okay. No, 2026 hasn't happened yet, Ibby. It's 3 hours away. Yeah, 3 hours and 5 minutes. A little bit less than that in New Zealand, where Mark B is from. Amy says, Fitter is on the way with a can of WD-40 for the reverser. What about a big hammer? I think a big hammer would work really well with this train. You had a family tech support question flying Southerner. Very good. And yes, the train was screaming at me. I had to reset and start again because I broke it. Because I didn't RTFM. Oh, out of memory. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Train Simulator Classic. Start. That went so well. Just after I get it moving too. Oh, that's so annoying. Now I've got to find that software and kill it and start it again. There it is. Stop that. Hawk says Sledgehammer is my personal preference. Yes, I don't disagree sometimes. Casual Rail says you'll never catch me driving this thing. Alpha Star says I got the GWE route and the Steam sale. Can't wait for the remaster to release. Good. I don't think it's terribly far away, so I think it will appear fairly soon. So there's a new one. Aberdeen to Peterhead. But let's go back in here and have another crack at that. Maybe that's why it's hard. It explodes. Right. Met. Was it that one? Let's try one that's not marked hard so it doesn't catch fire. That'll do. It's an hour. That'll be enough. Start. Your mum wanted you to add the new TV into Home Assistant. You have a new toy for your wall. Where would we be without assistance, huh? Better off. What? All right. Why is it flickering? Why is everything flickering? I don't like that it's flickering. I don't think this matters, given I haven't even filled it out most of the time. Sooner or later, this thing will wake up and start beeping at us. Oh no, I turned it off. Right, can I drive? Doors are shut, blue lights on. Oh, hang on. I haven't done that. Yay! Flying sudden. Oh yeah, we talked about that. All good. It's funny that the screens are still on and still static. Will we make it to Liverpool Street or will it catch fire and crash? We'll soon know. Limit of shunts. No shunts allowed beyond this point. Wow, they're close together. Like up each other's bums. Actually, I have been on this line. I went back to my hotel using this line once. We'll pretend that's fine. Worthy of a screenshot? Why not? That's a quick stop. Flying something that says, I wonder if there's any way with TSW to get the TMS from trains on an iPad or something, touch input. I would think so. I do vaguely recall someone in beta actually building something like that at one point as an experiment. Let us go to Moorgate, where we will find my precious. Yeah, I've definitely been on this line. I remember the names. Moorgate and Barbican and Farringdon. No. No, there was no red signal. You lie. Nor was I speeding. You bastard. I can see where its reviews came from. I really can. You gonna work? No? Not gonna work. Now you gonna work? Yep. Yes, I think the S8 stock doesn't like Meeby. I think you're quite right there. Now we got to wait 3 minutes before we can reset that too. Isn't that boring? Flying Southern says, change at Moorgate for Great Northern services to Stevenage and Welwyn Garden City. Andy Ladd says, good morning, Paul. Happy New Year to you. Almost is. Looks like you'll be seeing a new year in bed as I'm down with the flu and I feel awful. Well, that's no good, Andy. I hope you recover very quickly. Flu always sucks. Make sure it's not COVID. Do the test, because it can still kill you. So 3 minutes from now, we'll be able to reset this. Meanwhile, we'll be cruising at 20 mile an hour. 10 mile an hour, in fact. So it's going to be quick. When the clock says 24, we can get there. Having had it a couple of times, Ibby, once it was nothing and the other time it knocked me out for a week. So, it's around. It's sad that we have to wait a whole 3 minutes to be allowed to speed up again. What a ridiculous thing to put in a game. Ibby says knocked you out for a week twice, once in 21 and once in early 22. Yeah, it's still floating around now. It's taking people out at work sometimes. That looks like a yellow signal. Is that going to trip me? No. There's a red signal after the platform. Couldn't move your body. Yes, that was like me the second time round. It was very unpleasant. Do you think we've seen enough signals? We can try, I guess. We'll see if it lets us drive. We've got a red signal in front of us, so we won't find out for a moment. Casual thinks you've got it at the moment. Ah, bugger. Hopefully you feel better. You sure it just wasn't the leftover effects of Richie's fart? That would have affected your lungs. It could have caused long-term damage. Now, I know we can't go anywhere because there is a red signal, but let's just see if it'll power. Nah. Yep. Grouse. That's probably telling me to stop playing this, isn't it? Yep. Yep. Maybe we'll just end it there tonight. Should we try another one or not? That went so well. What do you want to do? Grouse. And it thinks I spattered. Didn't. Lying. Lies, lies, lies. I kind of think I might leave it there, you know, because this route's getting a little bit frustrating. I think I might wait 24 hours before I write my review. Andy did a COVID test, came back negative. Excellent. I've had it 4 or 5 times now. Second time it's hospitalized and destroyed your body, which is why I've had to take a medical retirement. Oh, that sucks, man. Ibby says do a short, easy service. Yeah, we'll try one more. Neasden to Baker Street. Oh, there's Amersham to Watford. We'll do that one. That's outside at least, isn't it? We'll be able to see. I hope it wasn't at night. I didn't pay any attention. We'll know in a minute. So that's a screenshot from Whipple Stripper. Good. That signal showed all the lights for a moment there. Empty cars, Amersham to Watford. Cool. Okay. We should, I assume, be able to go straight into... I think you just confirm that without putting anything in. And we're going to be out of service. Oldgate Metropolitan Line. Is there an out of service one? Got to what? Not in service. 999. Yay. Call the police. 999. Perfect. Okay. What if they've got one for busted? Now let's try and get that into Tripcock. It's this thing that yells at you. Okay. Let's try. No emphasis. Emphasis? No emphasis. Reset. Amps? No amps. What have I done wrong? So I'm in a station, so I should be allowed to do this, shouldn't I? I've got my blue light. I'm not a fan of you, train. I'm really not. Let's just push all the buttons. Acknowledge everything. Yeah. Turn it off, turn it on again. Powers? No powers. Maybe you have to start it in that other mode. Let's try that. Alright, it'll do that. So let's stop. And then put it back in Tripcock. Now will it drive? No. Reset it. Will it drive now? No. Alright. I guess we're doing it at 10 mile an hour. Maybe it has to do this until it's seen its first signal. We'll try that. Casual says a different route. EB says if TSC had a timetable at TSW, way better and more people would buy all the DLC and routes. Potentially. I get the impression the console sales on TSW actually dwarf what TSC's ever sold, and TSC sold very well. Andy says this looks like one of those trains that makes you rage quit. Yes, I think so. Where's our next signal? When we get up close to one. Ah, it's not far away. That's a repeater. So in theory, if we stop right before this green signal here, we should be able to change. Because that seemed to be the trigger before. Might take a little while to get there though. That's no moon. That's a space station. Speedy. I can see the signal now. We'll stop just before the red one and try and change over again. Could do a different route in TSC, I suppose. Just pop out to Steam and see what I've actually got. Actually, I've got Medway. I've got Trent Valley. Could run Trent Valley. If we can't get the train to go into the other mode, we might drop into Trent Valley and run something from Trent Valley. Gatwick Express. Let me have a look. It's my DLC. Gatwick. Doesn't look like it. Why do the lights flicker all the time? It's annoying. Did you see that? That's just a bunch of bogies. Track. Okay. Alright. Tripcock. Reset. No. No, all right. Trent Valley it is. Boink. I haven't done anything from Trent Valley. I got it in the sale. I think we need to do something in a Class 66. DRS Class 66. Hell yeah. Okay, off we go. Old Gate Bridge quit successful. Oh, I need to update my thing. Hang on. I've got to update the TS controller thing. Only be a tick. Be okay. Actually, I should have taken note of the path, not just dismissed that pop-up then. That would have been important. Where is the software? It's gone. Damn it. Must have crashed it. Program is already running. Stop callback. Railworks data extractor undo a single folder. And I didn't see whose it was. Let's just quit out of there again and go back in again so that it can pick up. Because the interface that drives this thing has to pick up the train and it doesn't know this one. So if I go back in there, it should give me a pop-up that says what the folder is that I have to load. Because I don't want to load them all. That takes like an hour. Nah, still didn't do it. Is it going to work though? No. Alright, let's try a different one. Actually, let me close. Oh God, don't do it. Don't do it. Stop. No, stop. Die. It started extracting everything. So if I start that software again, Then don't go exit and go start. Does it pick it up? Right, there we go. Thompson, West Coast Mainline, Trent Valley is what I want to do. Okay. I know you guys can't see what's happening here. Thompson, West Coast Mainline, Trent Valley. Extract single folder. Thompson. That one. Go. And then I'll have to go back to the main menu anyway, because that's how this software works. So we'll get there. We will get there. Extraction complete. Good. Okay, play. Start callback. Hopefully this will work. Hopefully. Yeah, it works. It's got Awas. Verse is already forward. Good. Things the right way around. Brakes appear to have released. Alright, we appear to be moving. We need some windscreen wipers though. Windscreen wipers. Oh, I might want some headlights too. Headlights would be good. Instrument lights. That'd be red, wouldn't it? Windscreen wipers are somewhere. That's a loud AWS. Nope. The signal has cleared. Is that windscreen wipers? No. Where are the windscreen wipers? Where are they? Oh, hang on. They're running. Oh, forget it. I don't know how I got windscreen wipers on, but whatever. What have we got? Empty. It's only a little train too. Sounds alright, doesn't it? Yeah, it's backwards grow up is running as well. Stop at platform 6. Alex Lucal, hello to you. So it wants me to stop at platform 6. Is that red? That's red. Red! Brakes, brakes, brakes. We're going straight through this. Tonight. It's not my day. It's not my day. No, it's not. Let's do it again. Well, it's got a very light train on it. It is a 3,000 horsepower locomotive. It should accelerate really well. quite you. Yeah, remembered my settings. It's nice of it. Ooh, can open it. We'll just crawl up on this red and we won't go through this one. Hello, Best News 2036. You're 10 years early. Daniel remembered the command. Do you actually have headlights on? Tail lights? No. Right. That's better. We won't go so fast this time. For some funny reason. Hey, wow, look how many options it's got. That's lots more than the TSW one. Two and a half hours remaining. This is going better. We're finally going to get a route with EPS speed signs in TSW. The all aboard route's going to have it. Big chemical plant of some kind. Look at that, the wheels go round, they're not even blurry. Wow. Prepare to stop at platform 6. This time we might be going slow enough to actually stop. Go for a flying southerner. There is another train down there somewhere. There it is. Hey, our signal's not red at the end there. We have a yellow and the feather. I reckon we can end up in here somewhere. Hello, Alex, again. It looks red again up there, doesn't it? I have to find the windscreen wipers again now. Is that my signal though? That's the question. Because I'm not seeing a signal on the track ahead of me. I'm thinking that's the signal on the track next to me, not a signal for me. We'll soon know. Casual says, I'll have you in the background every time the AWS goes off. You jump a mile. Excellent. See you later, Ibby. Have a good new year, mate. Hope it goes well for you. What is this service doing anyway? Looks like we're picking some stuff up. I might do a full stream on Trent Valley on Sunday. Are they in and clear? Yes, they are. I kind of think we'll be going backwards in a moment. Ooh, buttons work. Rugby North siding 3, checking the manual points before moving off. Good-o. Where am I? Up here. And we want to go into siding 3, which is that one. So the manual points are okay anyway. We have the yellow. Off with the brakes would be better. This thing, the TSCX. It is Train Simulator Classic indeed. We are doing freight services. Well, one anyway. And yes, this thing is linked up to TS Classic, and it's using the other Cobra software. Rail Network, how about that? There's a way to avoid branding. Your check. Very cool. We have the ground signal there. It's a little white thing under the 10 sign there. It's even got a direction indicator on it. That's kind of cool. Right Away Production says, isn't it New Year's in the space of a scenario down there? Not far off, no. It's almost 10 o'clock. So it's 20 minutes to 10. It is New Year's Eve right now, indeed. First route for 2026. I kind of think GWE will come out first. I can certainly tell you what it probably isn't. It's probably not Tadami. I don't think... Well, GWE could come out pre-roadmap, I suppose, but I don't think any other route will come out pre-roadmap, and the first roadmap's actually in Feb. Unless they do one in Jan, which they didn't last year, I don't think. Pad device is check. Fair enough. No updates on Tadami that I've heard of from a while. I think I've gone past the stopping point, actually. What does it want me to do? Uncouple the wagons. Okay. Boink. Please take the loco to Durft, or it be stabled until its next duty. Ooh, light engine run. Nice. Why does that still think it's coupled? It knows it's not coupled. Oh, is it going the wrong way? No. Doing well since 2025. Ah, we have got a shunt signal up there. Good. Can you open that one? No, it doesn't look like it. We've got this shunt signal, but we don't have the signal up there. I'm curious why you're giving us lots of Czech names, Alex. Well, we've got the green up the end there now too, by the looks of it. Very attentive signaller, that's for sure. Catch is set for the main, which is good. It's nice to hear the diesel engines and the traction motors. Can't stay in notch 8 terribly long. Like, that's about it. Andy says, the only good thing about having the flu is in-laws won't be coming around tonight, so this will get some peace and quiet until everybody starts lighting off fireworks. Heartland, hello to you. You have a question, go for it. Whoosh. You want to buy Munchen Augsburg? You can certainly do that. It's on sale on PlayStation and PC at the moment. I don't think on Xbox though. Wow, the air brakes work properly. The gauge works properly. Wow. Although I doubt the airflow indicator being on that much airflow given we're light engine. But that's okay. Tells you need some other DLC and it doesn't tell you which. You don't need any other ones to actually play Munchen Augsburg, but let me find you the article on it. You shouldn't need to buy any DLC. It should work just with what you've got. It might tell you there's DLC missing from your layers, but that's fine, that doesn't matter. But that article will tell you about all the layers in it. If you're looking at layers in the timetable, that might want some additional DLC, but again, they're not mandatory. You only need it if you want to drive the trains that are in those layers. Do I need to check points? No, we've got to go via. Seems to be taking care of it. Andy says, I can sleep through fireworks. I learnt in the Navy to sleep through most noises. One thing guaranteed to wake you up was the action station's alarm. That would be quite the ringtone. Hello, Flying Southerner. Welcome back. Going into Drift Siding 1. So we're up there. Drift Fuel Point, Drift Siding 3, Drift Warehouse Siding 1. Stop at Drift Siding 1 down there. Yeah, looks like the points are set fine to me. You shouldn't need to buy any other DLC just to run Munchen Augsburg. You just buy Munchen Augsburg. Just make sure you buy the TSW6 version of it, Because on consoles you have to be version specific. If you've bought the wrong version, you should have an entitlement to download the right version. I think that's a shunt signal for me up there, that little white light under the red one. Looks like it is. Do you get the impression we're going to be going in behind this set and pushing it out? Please change ends and run the loco into the fueling road in the Drift 1 loading area, stopping at the fuel pump. Okay. I don't know if you can get the reverser handle out in this thing. Headlights off, tail lights already done. We shouldn't. We should better just release the brakes, I think. And just leave it sit. Changing to the other end. I'm still in there. Very good. Perfect, as they say. Where are we going? Show the task. Ah, up there. Looks like points not set. If we're going to drift fuel point. If that is indeed where we're going. We appear to have the shunt. Some radio antennas up there. That's where little red lights are. 5 million watts. Happy New Year, Mark B. I guess it would be for you, wouldn't it? It would be midnight there. Happy New Year to New Zealand. Has that been your first? Guess you are. It says stop next to the fuel pump, which is that. No, why wouldn't let me put the brakes on, but anyway. $11 AM in the UK, you do have a little while to go of 2025. I don't think I've ever done a refueling in TSC before. Does it want me to use the other one? Surely that's too far away, but we'll try. I think there is a pump at the other end. Maybe that's what it wants. We can confuse it now and run 2 pumps. Fill it up twice as fast. It's good to see we've got taillights on both ends. What else are we doing with this one? Just putting it away. Yeah, Subway seems a bit of a weirdo. The loco siding, go back out to drift siding 1. We have the shunt again. We'll see if we really have to go all the way into this siding. Getting it in the yellow bit's probably enough. Back to the other end again. Looks like they are pretty much all automatic points all the way through. This is the cat that pretends to like me when it's time to be fed. Holy Trucker says, well, yep, it's New Year's here in New Zealand. An exciting 5 minutes. Now back to the TSD video. Well, we're just taking this up to the loco siding and that'll be the end for the night, I think. She's sitting just out of arm's reach, looking mortally offended that I picked her up. We have the shunt again. Yellow again. And we're going into a little head shunt here. Nice. Well, there you go. That'll do it. Last stream for 2025. So happy New Year, folks. A couple of hours away for the Aussies, or an hour and 47 minutes away anyway. And happy New Year to the New Zealanders who got there first. They're sailing into the wilderness out in front of us. So one of the cool things about being New Zealanders, you're always in front of Australia. But anyway, we're in front of everybody else. So enjoy, folks. Have fun, and we'll see you on Sunday. I think we might do a proper stream of Trent Valley on Sunday, because most people have probably never seen this route, and it'd be good to show it off. I bought it in the sale for the specific purpose of doing that. So enjoy yourselves. Happy New Year and all that sort of thing. And hopefully it doesn't make you sad. It just makes you party. But there you go. Have fun. And we shall see you later. Bye now.